hospitals in New York are overflowing with coronavirus patients, and so they have a Navy hospital ship pulling in saying, we're going to take other patients so as obviously to sequester them from the COVID patients. We're going to have people on this Navy hospital ship who would need to see a doctor otherwise, heart conditions or whatever. And there were photos and video of hundreds of people in New York lining up to see this boat.
Wow.
I mean, it's not like, listen.
People who needed the medical attention.
People
they just
walking around.
They just wanted to look.
Who cares about a goddamn Navy boat? I mean, with all due respect. Now, granted, if you had Cher performing on the deck, then yeah, of course.
Cher? She's inside hiding too. She's 70.
You don't get the reference? I would absolutely go see that. But it's out there to relieve stress on the New York hospitals. And, a lot of people gathered to watch this ship pull in.
Oh, my God.
Some people had masks on, but, who cares?
How was their distancing, though?
It was nuts to butts out there, Bill. Not distancing.
It's not social.
At all.
That's not good. That's a bad New York.
Somebody did mention that they were hoping that they could name the hospital boat Bodie McDon't Touch Your Face.
That's good.
So, way to go, New York. You know what? You can't keep New Yorkers down, right? Shy of being killed by a global pandemic, you just can't keep New Yorkers down. They go, hey, listen, city of 9 million plus, right? We got 7,000 cases.
But we want to see a big boat.
We want to see a big boat.
It's a big boat.
It's a risk we're willing to take.
Yeah, we know this is the hot spot in America, but there's the big boat. It's cool.
Has a big red cross on it.
Mm-hmm. Big red cross on it.
I know we see other boats usually, but not hospital boats. Never seen a hospital boat before.
I thought it was bringing supplies. I didn't know it was for patients. I thought they were like unloading, masks.
No, it's for
and stuff
patients.
and,
no.
Oh, that's good, but it's kind of disappointing. I thought everyone was going to have ventilators and stuff.
But it's also weird because people who live in New York love talking about how New York, you're tough and who cares, and a celebrity can walk right past you and who cares? Nobody pays attention. They're all lining up to see a boat.
It's a big boat.
Yeah. That's like the boat.
Well,
the hospital boat is here.
Is that a big boat?
It's a big hospital boat.
They thought no one was going to be
there. The big white one's the hospital boat.
So there's photos all over online today. People gather to watch the U.S. Navy hospital ship dock in New York.
Wow.
And so as you might expect, there are a lot of people in and outside of New York who are
What's the biggest boat you've ever seen, Alan?
That's a pretty big boat.
You've seen some big boats?
What's that one that was down on they used to dock it here? Was it here?
A Titanic?
Lived in a lot of places. No, it's the sub you could walk into.
Was it Subway?
Not the restaurant.
Subway, yeah.
Are you sure?
They had a restaurant on the submarine.
The Subway, that would be the best
submarine.
name for it.
What was it? It was down.
I don't remember what it's called, but
it was here though. Yeah.
I never knew we
there's
had
the tall ships.
submarine.
You ever seen those tall ships? Those are tall.
There's some tall ships.
they're really tall ships because they have sails.
I mean, if these people had all, and again, there were hundreds of people, but if these people had all stood 6 feet away from one another, first of all, it would have made for an amazing photo. It would have looked like hands across America, except no one's touching. Mm-hmm. But yeah, in New York, which is easily, thus far, having the biggest... See, L.A. is going to get hit hard, too. But if you're familiar at all with Los Angeles, you know that it is already so spread out that they're thinking that L.A., obviously it'll hit the homeless population, things like that. San Francisco is not having the problems they thought they'd have.
Why? Why is
because they're adhering to staying in their goddamn houses.
Their mayor was not playing games.
No.
But once it goes into those homeless areas, that's going to be real bad.
It is very bad, but L.A. is already so spread out, you know what I mean? It's like a bunch of suburbs trying to be a city.
In New York, you're always shoulder to shoulder with everybody. You got to go in the subway, you're touching stuff that other people touch all the time. It's just a gross city.
Alan, did you see that?
Gross.
Did you see that pastor in Louisiana that made people go to church or was sending buses for people to go to church? The police picked him up. He's in jail now.
Oh yeah, he got arrested.
I saw that. After
I don't know. I was going to say before he even did that, I'm like, why are they not walking these people out in handcuffs?
Yeah, they sure did.
These pastors. And they'll say, well, it's my First Amendment right to, like, yeah, but that is not absolute.
Or I'm a God warrior and Jesus suffered worse.
Well, whatever. All that nonsense. Like, just get in your goddamn house. It couldn't be simpler.
Telecommute.
Why can't you do virtual church?
My brother's, he's been sending us pictures of them doing virtual church.
That's fine.
It's called Virch.
Yeah.
No one's impeding on your rights. You can do virtual church.
Bless you.
Well, part of a church, though, is the sense of community when you're in there with other people and you're all
Getting
working.
cash money.
Right, cash money, of course.
No.
Get smell-o-vision.
2 or 3 in his name gather, he will be there, guys.
Boy,
So you can't just do it by yourself at home.
Poundcake, you are obsessed with smell-o-vision, aren't
Yes,
you?
that is the way of the future. I'm
They
telling
did
you.
this in the
nobody wants it.
50s. Smell-o-vision, they give you a card at the movies. They go,
No.
when this pops up on the screen, scratch your card. You
No.
want real-time, full olfactory integrated smell-o-vision.
Just like there's a speaker that's in your laptop or your tablet, and there's a camera in your laptop, phone, or tablet.
I gotta get one of these. I gotta get one of these laptops with a speaker in it, Bill. That so many people are talking
They're
about.
not, it's not worth it, honestly.
Man, yeah, a speaker in your
There needs to
laptop.
be a little blower that blows the fumes from whatever you're sniffing out, so you can smell it. So you can smell the lady in the back with the tambourine and the huge hat. You want to be able to smell her perfume.
You want to smell
want
people
to.
at church? I don't want to smell any group of people.
Yeah, I don't need smell-o-vision.
I need it.
You really are into smells.
Yeah.
You're deep into smells.
It tells you a lot about a person.
Does it?
I feel like.
Yeah, but those are usually things I don't want to know.
Like what type of deodorant they use.
Don't care.
or-
Nope. What does that tell you about a person? If you could come up
would
and
like-
smell my pits because I'm wearing deodorant,
Me
what
too.
would that tell you
Well,
about
I don't-
that I'm wearing
Oh,
old
fancy guys wearing deodorant.
that I'm wearing Old Spice Wolf's Bane or whatever it is?
Well,
What
that's
is
the
that
thing.
going to tell you about
I don't
me?
smell normal people. It's usually just celebrities, but I feel like it would make you be more engulfed in the room if you can smell the church too and make it feel, I don't know.
Open your
No,
Bible.
but what
That's
does that?
it smells
But what does
like.
that tell you about a person?
I don't know. Like if I feel like they take care of themselves, or I feel like
Because they wear deodorant.
not even that, but like you have a very expensive cologne. No one who is just some slob is gonna wake up and not shower and then put on a $90
That's exactly what they can do.
a $90
That's
bottle
usual-
of cologne.
that's usually
Who does
why
that?
Put it all on at once.
That's usually why people wear cologne to
That's
cover up
not
their
true.
stink.
That's not true.
Or if they're flexing. Well, what I'm saying is, if you can tell a lot about a person by how they smell, then that's not limited to famous people. What can you tell about a person? Smell-o-vision was in 1960.
Well, I don't want the scratch offs. I want it to just blow.
The 1960 film called The Scent of Mystery.
Just like I think Katy Perry had a tour, and she had the California Girls tour, and in that song, like it was a bunch of cotton candy. She made the entire arena smell like cotton candy. I feel like that's very cool.
Yeah, because you're in person. How are they going to transmit anything through electronics?
That's what y'all need to get on it, scientists. Jeff Bezos is about to send us to space.
Yeah,
He
but
can do
there's
something else.
for that to happen, you're gonna have something that's like a printer, but it's gonna be like a spritzer, and it's gonna have all these smells in it that
That's
they
the
have to mix
cartridges.
together, and then you have to buy the cartridge, and the cartridge is gonna be as expensive as hell.
But what is the practical application of
There's
this?
none.
Heightened experience
It
in
would.
viewing.
People are doing POV and like porn and stuff now.
Same thing.
There's a reason.
Angles and smells identical. Come on.
Now
No
everybody
one
knows
wants
that's a bad
smell-o-vision
idea.
porn. Yeah. There's a reason that.
That's the other thing. Can you
Why does
Scent-
it smell like hot dog water in here?
Ugh.
That's a reason that.
What about taste-o-vision? Can we do that?
But that's a reason. There's a reason that they haven't really gone full tilt boogie on smell-o-vision.
Can you turn it off? Or is it
Sure.
all or nothing? Can you choose which programs?
Just like you could turn off a webcam or turn off your speaker, you can mute things. You can mute the smell.
Well, get to work
You
on
can
it.
control everything.
Get to work on it. There's
You
nothing
guys don't
keeping
think-
nothing keeping
I
you
feel-
from getting in on
You guys
this.
think it's a bad idea?
I feel like it's impossible, and I don't want to argue with you about it anymore.
I don't
How
think
is
it's
it
impossible.
impossible?
I
I
think
I don't
it's
think that's
possible.
impossible. That's not even close to a plausible thing to expect from somebody.
I think
you
it's just
can't
not
do
going to
that.
have good results.
You can't do it.
It's not impossible.
It is impossible.
You can build stuff into
Mary,
any type of
everybody
electron.
says it can't be done until somebody does.
Of course. You think that
And that
people-
person is going to be Poundcake. Now, is this something we need? Absolutely not.
We don't need most of this
Are
stuff.
we? That's right. Are we surrounded by things we don't need?
How are you
Yes,
gonna
we are.
put liquid into an electronic and
No,
have it
that's
not function?
That's not how it's going to work. It's going to be.
It wouldn't be
what I
like
say.
little vials that you attach and it spurts us out.
Yeah, it's gonna. But you're going to have to replace those all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
So
also,
it's
how
gonna be
will
very
that?
impractical.
How will that? It's really overstating it to say that that will somehow enhance your experience.
I feel like it would.
That you're getting sprayed in the face with various
Think about
liquids.
Think about the gamers.
Maybe for you that might enhance your experience.
Yes, imagine how terrible it would be if you could smell the gamers.
Yeah.
Not smell the gamers, but like if you're in a forest or something like that, and they're like, okay, you're gonna go through this mystical forest. When you smell like the pine leaves or whatever, the pine trees, you know danger is near. And then all of a sudden you walk through this forest in virtual reality and you smell the pine trees. You don't think that would be cool? You don't
It
think
would
that
be
heighten your
cool,
experience?
but it's certainly not anything essential.
You smell bonfire inside of a game.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
no, it's absolutely cool.
I feel like you're smelling toast and having a stroke right now.
But the work that would
Burnt
go
toast.
into it, and you'd have people hacking the games so that, it would
smell
smell like fart.
Yeah.
See, that would be fun.
But no, what if terrorists put things that kill people in it, and it's poison that squirts out? See?
Yeah, just one more way for people to come for you because you're always afraid that people are going to
That's
attack
right.
you and mug you, and now they're going to put
They're gonna put poison in your smell-o-vision.
in your smell-o-vision.
You're potentially creating the instrument of your own demise.
Okay, touche.
Stop it. God, I hate those noises.
You
Man, but imagine if you
No.
could smell it.
Imagine if you can smell it. Oh, come on. Smell-o-vision, man. Brought to you by Cody Brown. You don't like that?
Here's some farts. Here's some diarrhea.
Yeah. Ask me why we're essential. Hey, by
I
the
smell
way,
diarrhea. There must be danger by.
All right, you're not in a
there's
video game.
danger nearby. Oh my God, is that a Minotaur up there? I want to make sure that I give it a wide berth. Today, by the way, for those of you who are fully on Team Poundcake, with his visions of the future, and you're saying to the rest of us, oh, you just don't have the imagination. You just don't, like I just said, nothing exists until somebody brings it into reality, right? It wasn't until it was, like this pandemic. Mm-hmm. The president, he goes, we needed 2 ventilators, and now all of a sudden we need 30,000. What's that all about? I don't believe it. Yeah, because one day there was nothing, next day there was something, right? Today is the last day to apply to be a NASA astronaut,
Aw.
by the way. The
Till when?
31st of March.
Till next year?
Till
Or
next
just
year.
Forever.
Bill, you don't work at NASA, do you?
No, I just shop there, Alan.
Sounds about right.
All right. Okay, so you might want to really get off
Mary, you're
the
not
plane.
laughing.
I know I'm not laughing.
Rude.
Rude.
She smelled that joke die.
Today's the last day to apply. If you'd like to be, submit your application to become a NASA astronaut. The deadline to get it in is 11:59 p.m. tonight. So now, what does that entail? I have no idea. You have to pass a physical. You have to be a U.S. citizen. Mm-hmm. You need a master's degree in some kind of STEM field.
What if you took a master's class in stand-up comedy? Does that
Like
count?
Steve Martin
Correct.
teaching you how to, yeah. No.
Oh.
You also need 2 years of professional experience related to being an astronaut.
Like,
Could your sweatshirt count for that? It's
I don't think
related
so.
to be.
He hasn't had it for
Yeah.
2 years either.
They don't know that. It's related to being an astronaut.
I mean, it's just a logo. I don't think it would qualify. But I'm thinking, like, what are things that would relate? Things that where you lift off, working at a trampoline park, right?
That's right.
Would that work?
Yep.
Eating power gel?
Yep.
Like those people who run
Or freeze-dried
marathons,
ice
you know
cream
what I mean?
Yeah.
from the
freeze-
Science Center.
Yeah.
Or I've
Working
seen
at the Science Center.
working at the Science Center. Or if I've seen The Right Stuff a dozen times. Right? The birth of the space program.
What about just wearing a helmet?
There's a lot of people who wear those out of necessity.
That's
not
what I'm
out of-
saying.
Yeah, no, I don't know that they're going to.
Getting used to it?
Just living in Houston.
Yeah, or Cape Canaveral.
Okay.
You can substitute in 1,000 hours of jet pilot experience, too.
I mean, if you want to, I guess.
What about 1,000 hours of jet ski experience?
Who has 1,000 hours of jet ski experience?
Right here.
Not even the Sea-Doo people in their R&D department have 1,000 hours.
What about 1,000 hours of flying JetBlue?
Who has 1,000 hours of flying JetBlue?
I'm sure someone does.
You turn in your frequent
Frequent flyer card. You're like Clooney and Up in the Air. This is my JetBlue Black card. I've got 1 million frequent flyer miles. You also have to take an online test that's about 2 hours long. But because you want to work for NASA, what the hell is time anyway, other than just a construct? So that's what you should tell them. I bet that that's a trick. They go, oh, this test is going to be about 2 hours long. After you take 5 hours to take it, you go, hey, what's time anyway?
Doesn't even matter.
Boom! Astronauted. Sign me up.
What about peeing your pants? Because don't they have to pee in their suits?
Well, I
gotta
mean,
pee in a
I think they're
diaper.
cathetered
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think you pee your pants per se.
But I'm saying, what if you have 2,000 hours of peeing your pants experience?
I think it's not peeing your pants.
Does that
you need to
coincide
know.
with the 1,000 hours on JetBlue?
They're the same.
Yeah. If you fly JetBlue, you got to pee your pants first.
You got 2,000 hours of pee in
Or
your
is that a
pants.
Spirit airline thing?
It's something, I don't know. Pee in your pants is extra on Spirit.
Nothing's included, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy trucker Carl.
Yeah,
Hey, what's going on, man?
not much. I'm just doing my job out here. And we, us truckers, you know, we're basically, we're the shield in front of the front line people. I mean, basically, and if nothing else, I'd like to just get the word out to all my brother truckers out there and sister truckers. You know,
What about the mother truckers?
yeah, all the mother truckers and maybe even the father truckers too.
Yeah.
But thanks, man, because without us, I mean, the world would literally just stop spinning.
I understand, man. Thank you. That's no joke. Thank you to
you.
the truckers and the people who are out there getting stuff done, and the doctors and the nurses and the frontline responders and the truckers again, and the carers, the people that don't drive trucks but they drive cars, the carers,
Cars.
Even
the
the cleaning
truckers,
crew.
the cleaning crews.
Well,
I saw.
the thing is about truckers, you know, and I have all due respect. Believe me, I've been in wrecks, car wrecks, airplane, boat wrecks. I've wrecked just about everything.
Okay.
I like Carl.
You know, you're making me less confident by the moment here about your trucking abilities, Carl.
I was going to suggest you apply to NASA today.
Yeah.
And now,
Oh,
after all these
well.
wrecks, probably not.
Well, I've been a safe driver for over 25 years, but
So you crashed all
That
those
was
other
back when
things 25 years ago?
yeah,
He got
that
him
was
in
back
early.
when I
as-
was young.
Yeah, as a young man, he's like, I'm going to wreck everything.
And had a lot of money and a lot of time, and wasn't exactly the smartest.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I have respect for them too, because like I said, they've had to put me back together like a jigsaw puzzle quite a few times.
Sure.
So, all due respect to them, but I feel like they get a lot of respect from all the media and all the social media and everything above. But the thing is, basically, they couldn't even do anything if it wasn't for us.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's certainly putting a spotlight, Carl, on the kind of work that is usually overlooked, right? Everybody from somebody working in a grocery store to somebody who's driving a truck to everybody along the supply chain. So, whatever. Where are you now out on the road? What part of the country are you in?
I'm right around Birmingham, Alabama, in a little place called Knoxville
Okay.
on I-20, and I'm carrying sweet potatoes from North Carolina down to I'm down to a plant that makes sweet potato pies.
Yum.
If you guys ever do eat them.
Yeah, of course. I grew up on those.
Those are essential pies.
They are. Essential
basically,
Pies had to postpone that show over at the Beachland Ballroom, Bill. Okay, listen, Carl. Thank you for all your thank you for your work, and thank you for trucking safely, and shout out to everybody else. Anybody still on the Citizens Band? You guys still do that?
Oh yeah, we basically most of the time it's just when there's a traffic backup, everybody's on there wanting to know what's up ahead, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
But believe it or not, there's a lot of, I would say probably that 3 out of 10 trucks don't even have a CB in them anymore.
Yeah, I figured, but still, I like it. That's old school to me.
Oh yeah, I've been talking on the CV also since I was like 9 years old. I got a license.
All right, beautiful.
Actually got my general amateur radio license when I was 19.
That's right. He's Rubber Duck, and they're going to go hunt some bear. All right, anyway. Hey, thanks, Carl. Okay, I got a break here. If you want to get a text in, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com. You can listen there. You can watch live and anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show on one.